This video is brought to you by Tempo. Stick around to the end for a special offer that they are making available through our channel. How's it hanging, my Peloton freaks, iFit creeps, Tempo peeps, and all of the rest of you connected fitness freaks? I am your host, Colin Jenkins. Welcome back to the Weekly Watt, where we cover the week's top connected fitness news stories and updates. And god damn, there is a lot of news to cover, with reports of Amazon and Nike looking into the possibility of acquiring Peloton, iFit now seeking to block the import of Peloton's Bike Plus through the U.S. International Trade Commission, Echelon has announced the reopening of their studios to the public, and so much more. So sit back, relax, smack that like button, and let's get started. Shares of Peloton jumped up more than 30% on Friday afternoon after the Wall Street Journal reported that Amazon has been speaking to advisors about a potential deal to acquire the company. This comes at an opportunistic time when Peloton stock is down 80% from their all-time high. They are hemorrhaging money, cutting back on manufacturing of their equipment, and potentially laying off a large number of their employees, while Amazon at the same time seems to be crushing it, with their stock surging 13.5% on Friday following an earnings report showing better than expected profits. Nike has also been reported to be in talks considering an acquisition of Peloton. Of course, everything is all rumor and talk at this point, and nothing known has even been presented to Peloton yet, and everything will likely ride on whether Peloton's CEO, John Foley, is even open to the idea of selling. But considering the alternative is to continue losing money and to have to let go of potentially thousands of employees, I think he's going to be pretty open to listening to what these mega corporations have to offer. Now, Amazon and Nike aren't the only sharks circling the water. iFit, owners of Nordic Track and Proform, have filed a complaint with the U.S. International Trade Commission to request the block of incoming Peloton Bike Plus imports. This is all in regards to iFit's current lawsuit against Peloton that claims the Bike Plus is violating iFit's patents, which were granted to them in December 2020 for their auto-following feature, which is what allows users to have their resistance auto-adjusted during classes. Now, this is just one of many lawsuits that have gone back and forth between the two companies, but it does hold a significant amount of weight, as the auto feature is the most significant selling point of the Peloton Bike Plus, and Peloton has noticeably left auto follow out of their new treads, likely to have to avoid dealing with this issue as well. And speaking of lawsuits and patents, Echelon has successfully persuaded the US Patent and Trademark Office that 2 of Peloton's patents related to streaming and on-demand classes aren't actually patentable. The decision was made last week by the USPTO's Patent Trial and Appeal Board, who agreed with Echelon, saying that the inventions weren't unique enough compared to prior patents and therefore shouldn't have been issued in the first place. Personally, I think we're all a bit sick of these companies trying to patent and file lawsuits against each other for every single small thing, but if looking at other tech sectors is any indication, this will probably just continue to escalate and forever be a part of the connected fitness landscape. Now, Echelon has an exciting announcement of their own this week, deciding to fully reopen the studios to the public. In a statement to their Facebook group, Echelon wrote, quote, "We've missed the energy and excitement our members bring to the studio during live classes, so we are excited to announce our reopening day of Monday, February 7, 2022. The safety of our team and members continues to be our top priority. In an effort to keep everyone healthy, there are a few protocols in place that must be followed when visiting the studio. I know there are tons of people who've been dying to get into these live class studios, and this comes after a recent announcement and release of their brand new EX8S bike, which seems to be giving off some serious Tron vibes. And speaking of new bikes, iFit seems to also be on the verge of releasing a brand new Nordic Track bike, with a brand new version of their S22i bike recently having been released, and no word of an updated S15i coming, which is essentially just the S22i with a 15-inch screen instead of a 22-inch one. There is word of a new S27i bike being released this week, and if the name is any indication, will be the first connected fitness bike to have a whopping 27-inch screen. We will have to wait a few more days for the exact specifics of what will be included with this new bike and its price, but I will definitely be covering it here on our channel, so make sure to subscribe and stay up to date. Also, brand new to Connected Fitness, for those of you with a MetaQuest VR headset, Les Mills has recently released their new Body Combat app, which costs $29.99 and features a good amount of various workouts and programs inspired by martial arts. Les Mills is one of the largest fitness brands to enter the metaverse with their own app, and there are others on the way. Curious to check it out and see how it goes? Be on the lookout for a review coming soon. So what the hell else is new this week? Starting with Peloton, Peloton prices have now officially been raised. Peloton bikes now come with an additional $250 delivery fee, and Peloton treads come with a $350 fee. So maybe it's now better to wait for that Amazon acquisition so you can get free shipping on Prime. The Peloton Heart Rate Armband is also now up for sale, priced at $90. Not a lot of info on its accuracy or how well it works yet, although I'd have to say it does look pretty nice. I would have bought one and reviewed it for you, but considering they seem set to have the price raised on the Peloton Move by including one of these, I'm passing on it for now, so I'm not forced to buy two of them. And Peloton had their first of 3 Ride to Greatness competitive rides this week. This is a competition where you can choose between 2 teams, Team Activate and Team Validate, and compete live to see which team can get the best average output. My team, Team Activate, got downright embarrassed this week, which, to be fair, I am part of the problem, as I was spending all week on the Peloton tread finishing up the most complete guide ever created for it, which you should definitely go and check out after this if you have one. Now on iFit, there is a new Tommy Rivs Flash Challenge this week, which you can earn a digital reward for by revisiting 3 of his workouts. As I've mentioned before, these digital rewards are really lame, essentially just a picture sent to you via email, but Tommy Rivs is awesome, so definitely worth checking this out, especially since he has a brand new series being released next week. Also on iFit is a new 4-part White Rim Cycle series with Yuri Oswald, and you can now run the entire 2021 New York City Marathon with Knox Robinson, broken up into 4 sections if you don't want to run the entire race in one go. There is a new 12-part Fast and Fit French Polynesia rowing series with Kevin Scott, and I have to remind you, in case you are not aware, this coming Saturday, February 12th at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, there will be a live 1.6 mile Cupid undie run, which you can take on the treadmill, elliptical, or in your underwear on any device via their app. I have been known to make all of my treadmill runs an undie run, but I am happy to see that for this weekend, others will finally be joining me. And on Tempo, there is a new 10-part Next Level Vinyasa Yoga Part 1 series with Jeremy Falk, and they have added 4 new metrics to help track your progress on the Tempo Studio. Strength sets, which indicate how many heavyweight exercise you've completed by each muscle group, calories, which show you how much you've burned, intensity minutes, which tracks how many minutes your heart rate was in zones 3 through 5, and active minutes, which shows how much time you've spent moving your body with tempo over a week. And what's cool is that these metrics will appear before you start a class to tell you what you'll achieve by taking that class. You'll also see them updated in your post-workout summary. And of course, a big thanks to Tempo, who is this week's sponsor of the Weekly Watt. I've talked a lot about the Tempo Move and how I think it is probably the best overall product for someone to get started with strength training in their home. But I also want to give a shout out about the Tempo Studio, because even though the Studio is a bigger investment than the Tempo Move, I think it is definitely worth it. You can check out my review of the Tempo Studio through the link in the description below, but essentially you are looking at one of the most future-proof devices that has some of the best strength training classes available in connected fitness, with rep and weight tracking, dumbbell, barbell, kettlebell, and yoga programs, all designed with the latest exercise science so that you are not training randomly and that they actually make sense to provide you with great results. And for a limited time, Tempo is offering an additional $25 off for Connect the Watt viewers if you use the code TEMPO-COLINJ. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks again for hanging out with me here as we have some fun learning what's new in connected fitness. I appreciate it as always and can't wait to see you next time. Until then, have a great week.